Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to an... What the hell happened? 1 second, guys. Uh-oh. No. I need to figure out LD hotkey. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a blank screen. I know I will get Dota TV turned on, or Dota turned on very quickly. This is Gaming International versus Rattlesnake. Game number 2 of a best of 3 series. I know it just shows a blank screen, but use your imagination. I'm Luminous and joined by Lysander. Lysander, keep talking about the draft as I'm going to go yell LD BRB, guys.
5 seconds.
Okay, guys. Welcome to BRB Summit Cast. I'm Lysander Zenora, and I'm casting with Lumi right now, and it's Rattlesnake versus LGD Gaming International. And it's best of 3 and LGD, and the Walrus punched Rattlesnake out of game 1, picking up a Tusker. That's right, guys. Last picking a Tusker, and just counter-picking, well, in a sense, I think countering the Draw Ranger as well as the Alchemist. I know you guys can't see us ban and draw screen right now. I'm looking at the stream here, I'm looking at the chat for you guys want to see it. And Rattlesnake, they have banned out Lifestealer, they have banned out Bad Rider, and LGD have banned out Clockwork as well as the Gyrocopter. So the first 2 picks from both sides, Shadow Demon DK going to be Rattlesnake's picks, Darkseer, Nyx Assassin, as well as the Lone Druid going to be picked up here by LGD International. So going a bit more standard, more Chinese style, but they still have 2 more picks, so it could be something special later on. But still, again, opting for the first pick, Darkseer. This is something that I wouldn't see it too often, but usually you see the other picks, like you see for Rattlesnake, you see the Shadow Demon pickup, you usually see the Lone Druid pickup, sometimes the Nyx Assassin, but Darkseer, well, not always a first pick, but LGD Gaming really value the Darkseer, so they really like the Surge, they like the Iron Shell, just the flexibility of the Darkseer, and they're going to pick it up, and well, guys, you have to use your imagination right now.
No. They see everything now. I got it all sorted out.
Okay. Yeah, right. So they see everything now. Okay, guys, you see everything now. Yep, and welcome back, Lumi.
Yeah, I wanna echo your sentiment a little bit about the Darkseer, especially against Rattlesnake, who is prone to pick Drow Ranger, who is prone to pick Shadow Fiend. We haven't got a chance to talk about it too much, but when you use your wall against those illusion-based heroes, you steal their illusions and you steal their auras on those illusions. So you're basically getting a free Shadow Fiend aura if there is one in the game. This game, you're getting a free DK Assault Curious aura. It's probably one of the big go-to item for Dragon Knight. They like to go for things like BKB straight into AC. And can you imagine your bear having a free AC? That's a pretty big deal. So that's one of the more added benefit of Darkseer, aside from the great laning, aside from the great team fight, aside from the utility that Lysander was talking about. So yeah, kind of a good early first pick. Maybe a little bit too early, but still a very good hero.
Yep. Rattlesnake opting for the Dragon Knight, so going for a bit more tanky and going for their Shadow Fiend. Could this be the return of the Draw Ranger? Because I'm not so sure, but I'm okay. Well, I'm pretty sure that Dragon Knight's range form does benefit from Draw Ranger as well. So Rattlesnake could go for a bit more greedy, could go for a greedy draft here. But Shadow Fiend and Dragon Knight, well, only one of them can take middle, and only one of either Drow or Shadow Fiend can take the tri-lane, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday when Rattlesnake ran both Shadow Fiend and Drow Ranger, they had Shadow Fiend safely, and they had Drow Ranger off lane with the dueled up Visage. And what we really agreed on in the BTS studio is that it only really worked out because the enemy team just did not know how to actually shut that down. In fact, Shadow Fiend, one of the most ass hero early game at level 1, he's a big range creep. That's how AUI called it. And Drow Ranger, same thing. She's a range hero with a slow, range creep with a slow. So for the most part, if they go both Shadow Fiend and Drow Ranger, it's a very weak early game. And with heroes like Darkseer, with heroes like Lone Druid, you could take full advantage of that weak early game and just go to town. I don't think LGD International will make the same mistake as the team that Rattlesnake preyed upon in the Eastern qualifier. So if they do go Drow Shadow Fiend, I expect them to get heavily punished.
Yeah, especially since in this case they will be lacking one more extra support, and I don't think they ran the DK with the draw the last time, so they will be running 3 cores, and 3 cores is really fragile and it's really greedy as well, so you can be picked apart by heavy ganking and aggression, which is exactly what a Darkseer Nyx Assassin actually can aim to do. And with the Iron Shell Bear, that really does hurt a lot. I'm not so sure if you mentioned it earlier, and they actually ban out. I'm very surprised to see in Chinese Dota that Magnus isn't first pick material anymore, where he just gets ignored in the first pick phase and he gets banned in the second one. Because in Southeast Asian Dota, Magnus is picked up every single time, and I'm so pissed whenever I cast games and the Southeast Asian teams don't pick it and they lose to a 5-man RP, 4-man RP, even a 3-man RP. It's enough to destroy them, but Chinese don't actually, well, they put more value on the Shadow Demons, the supports, as well as pick up the hard carries earlier. So they do reveal the strats in such in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, you're not gonna get a 4-man RP or 3-man RP in the Chinese scene. Teams are just so good at in terms of dancing around. Also, Magnus, what we always talk about in Western games or Southern East Asian games, like, oh yeah, he doesn't lose a lane. He's gonna be your stable factor. He's always good. The big problem is he doesn't win a lane either. In a lane of passive static farm, sure, he is going to find himself CS with Shockwave, but generally as the lane goes on longer and longer, he also loses the lane by 10, 15 CS. And did we just see LGD Gaming pick up a Wisp? Yes, they have, because playing against Chinese teams, they're enjoying the fact that Wisp generally won't be banned, and they just got themselves a freebie. You talk about how Rattlesnake, if they go greedy, LG could respond by some early aggression and whatnot. They could also respond back by a little bit of greed of their own, because if you know that the 3 core of the enemy team won't be ganking, that means your Wisp is free to do whatever the hell that he wants to do. Excuse me, in his own jungle or by pulling or even ganking. I don't think he's the best ganker early on, but he definitely can.
Well, I'm not so sure about what LGD.int actually does. Whether or not they do actually run the Wisp normally. Do they do that, or is it once in a while kind of thing?
I haven't seen LG Gaming myself play the Wisp, so I'm not sure how they run it. The fact that they on the Radiant side opens them up to actually do mid lane CK Wisp, which allows you to pull that level 1 neutral cam, which is completely kind of, in my opinion, absolutely imbalanced. So that is a possibility. They have very strong lanes, and they could run basically whatever the hell they want. I mean, against a DK and Shadow Fiend, these are not exactly strong lanes. Yeah, it is going to be a CK Wisp, and I expect them to go mid, because who could actually beat these two mid? Maybe a Shadow Demon DK, but for the most part, I think Chaos Knight Wisp should prey upon whoever they go against.
So I have a question: where is Nyx Assassin, and Darkseer gonna go? Lone Druid will be taking any lane. He can take any lane without problem. But is that gonna be a tri lane, and they're gonna ignore one lane because maybe they fear the Dragon Knight Shadow Demon Lina too much, so they just leave that lane alone and they just tri lane the Darkseer?
I think Darkseer could go safe solo up top, and then you could go tri lane bottom with the Nyx. Well, no, in fact, they're not going to be doing that because G is playing the Nyx Assassin, and that's their solo mid player. That's not something I would expected.
Yeah, we see a little bit of LGD China coming out, some Shell 8 kind of pick, you know, they pick up the Beastmaster for land. Yeah, so, but he's not going middle, he's going off lane on the Beastmaster, so it's going to be DK mid, most probably, right? Yeah. So I'll go through Rattlesnake and you can go through LGD in, I guess. Yeah, so Rattlesnake will be Lanham on Beastmaster, gonna be IC, gonna play with hard carry roles. Dragon Knight Kabu on the support Shadow Demon. Sagam gonna be on the Lina with the Arcana set, and Luo gonna be on the Shadow Fiend. Gonna see if his, well, any use this game. There are quite a bit of tanky heroes there, especially with the Nyx Assassin gonna be preying on this, what you call it, big creep.
Yeah, big range creep. Here's the thing though. He did get pulled a little bit of gold, so he should be able to do okay on the first wave. And you know that the Syllabear is not exactly at its strength, not exactly where he is strongest at level 1. So if you could actually trade a couple of farm and maybe get up to level 3 or 4, your Shadow Race could actually help you win that lane against Lone Druid up top. It's going to be miserable playing that Lone Druid. And of course, G going on the mid lane on the Nyx Assassin. We are seeing some sort of slight resurgence of the Nyx Assassin solo mid in the Chinese scene. We saw CTY bringing it back on Vichy Gaming. We saw yesterday, I think, Tongfu, or was it IG playing at mid. So a lot of teams going to be trying to kind of redoing this Nyx Assassin mid, and we'll talk about the weaknesses and the strength a little bit later on. But continue on with the heroes, it's going to be Darkseer in the jungle with the being handled by 1437. Pycat on the bot lane with handling the Chaos Knight, and Brax will be playing the Wisp. So the players themselves are switching up their roles a little bit. Brax should only play the 3 role. In this game, he's playing either the 4 or 5.
Yep, and I actually like Rattlesnake's pickup here because they do have a lot of AoE. If you look at Beastmaster, he has the Axes, and well, Wisp doesn't like Axes, and he has the Dragon Breath from the DK. There's the Shadow Poison. Well, that's not really AoE, but it's still a little bit. And Lina with a massive AoE burst damage, and of course Shadow Fiend. And if you look at Rattlesnake's lineup in the fights, if they just throw any kind of spells around, Wisp is just gonna evaporate.
Yeah, so I think that's completely the reason why they have one with so much AoE. Generally, the best way to deal with the CK Wisp combo is to kill Wisp themselves. And when you have long range, kind of big burst damage spells like Beastmaster Roar and the Laguna Blade and whatnot, and especially with the Soul Catcher on top, that Wisp is going to have to play almost perfectly. And that also means that there's a ton of pressure on your Nyx Assassin to provide as much disruption as possible. Sure, you have great AoE spells, but you can't just lob it straight at the team because a Spike Carapace could basically get your entire team stunned. A Mana Burn's going to be a big factor in this game as well against the Shadow Demon and Lina combo. So I feel like both teams is well equipped to deal with each other, and it really comes down to execution.
Yep. Although I would love to see, but I'm not so sure what the Darkseer can actually combo with. The Darkseer will not be, he'll be just going for more of a wall, or we're gonna see a little bit of engagement, probably. I'm not so sure, but Pycat does spot out Shadow Fiend, so he's gonna back off now. He feels a little bit of aggression coming out. Darkseer spots them out, so they're gonna back off, so no more aggression from this early game gang. So Rattlesnake, the 5-man gang early on, does secure them to control over the jungle. And they do go for double warding, very, very intent on blocking the creep wave here. They look like they're going to be tri-laning this with Lanham. So it's going to be a tri-lane?
Yeah, tri-lane Beastmaster. I'm not exactly sure what that's about. I imagine these three supports will be rotating off of mid lane. They are one of the best ganking combos. So what the Rattlesnake wants to do with the support here is to deny level 2 for as long as possible and get level 2 themselves. Meanwhile, Beastmaster could actually pull and stack safely on the Ancients while getting some EXP. And more importantly, once they get level 2, Beastmaster should be fine by himself. They will smoke off the lane and get some kills. You can see that they're contesting the early jungle. There is a Sentry Ward on Shadow Demon. Unfortunately, one miss and have one last chance to deward both of these. Unfortunately, you can't deward both wards with one sentry here, so this camp is going to get blocked off, and that is a big blow to a Wisp CK lane. If you don't get pull on you Wisp, your hero's actually not doing anything in the early game.
And Wiz has to be careful here, he's going to get disrupted up. Oh, this will be the end of Brax. Brax has 400 HP, he's not going to survive this. Life Strike's going to hit, and this will be first blood. So Lina picks up the first blood, and that's going to be boots for her.
Yeah.
And this is already not looking good for LGD.int. Rattlesnake, very good pick off here on the Wisp.
I'm going to say that actually he's going to put themselves back on the back foot for at least 5 minutes. Your Wisp is not... Well, he actually has one last Sentry Ward left. But again, you have this one to D-ward. You have another this ward to D-ward. And they're not going to get the pulls off. Lina now had Sabuta Speed. Has she picked it up just yet? No. Actually opted for the Courier
Going
upgrade.
for the Flying Courier.
I am not sure whether I like that choice. But considering the fact that your DK needs this bottle a lot, very badly on the mid lane, I guess I could buy it. But having Boots of Speed when no other support in the game has Boots of Speed is a huge advantage for Lina, who needs to a little bit of setup herself.
If only Lina and Shadow Demon actually stood there a little bit longer, they could have picked off Brax once again. But no, they're gonna back off. They're playing a little bit safe, fearing rotation. I thought they were gonna go in middle lane, gank off the Nyx Assassin before he picks up his Spike Carapace. But no, they're not. They're gonna be backing off here, going back to pressure CK, and now Pycat has played very careful, hugging the tree line, and Lanham is gonna get a lot of farm, get up his early roar, and that's when things are gonna try. Oh, going for the Light Strike, gonna miss there.
They could actually go for again. Light Strike has a very low cooldown. In fact, that's exactly what Shadow Demon is doing. There is one initiation. LSA already cooldown second time. There is gonna be the... Look at the nuking power. I was gonna say, where's that Dragon Slave? Didn't even need it. Neil.
Yeah, she was level 1 at that time, so didn't have the Dragon Slave. But after that kill, level 2.
Meanwhile,
If
you look at the top lane here, LGD was able to pick up a kill there. Wisp, a little bit slow to kind of rejoin on the tether, but I really like that rotation. Wisp realized that he was going to be useful in the lane, so instead he's going to be going as a ganker, which not exactly something that Wisp excels in, but it looks like they're going to pressure a little bit on the top lane. You were talking about the tier 1 tower push on the bot, and that's the thing I also want to talk about. Beastmaster has went for Aura. Generally, when you're going on the long lane Beastmaster, you're going for the Call of the Wild, so you could get the board for a little bit of lane control, as well as the ability to pull. But instead, he's going to be going for the Aura top lane, though. Luo in a lot of trouble.
But there are no hard stuns right now, and the TP support comes in, and Brax is in a bit of trouble if he gets disrupted. Oh no, Kabu on that wrong TP portal there. So Wisp gonna get out of there fine, and great rotation in. Oh, 1437, you're dead.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to survive as long as possible. In fact, the support ran away in 1437.
Oh!
Houdini, the magician, just like, well, okay, alright, I'm gonna make it out there. Kind of a lousy, clowny gank. 2 TP being drawn up by the 2 supports, which is not the big deal because they could pull and stack in the jungle, but they were winning that lane handily on the bot lane. So the nice team play of LGD will allow Pycat to get a little bit of breeding room on the bot.
Yep, and you mentioned that he does go for more Inner Beast and not the Call of the Wild because he needs to pull with the birds and the ball. Well, how often do you see a Beastmaster tri-lane?
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't need to pull right now. He's actually just harassing Pycat. dropping those axes. The 5 base armor on Beastmaster really allowing him to stay toe-to-toe with Chaos Knight. His base damage...
High base damage as well.
Yeah, the base damage is not that bad. In fact, I think he actually has higher base damage compared to CK. I know it says 71 here, but that is a big, kind of a big swing in terms of average.
Big damage gap, yeah.
But
the attack speed aura does help the supports as well. So SD and Lina can actually land 1 or 2 more right clicks and they're going to go on to the top lane here. Soul Catcher, no, gonna hit the range creep, but still, I think Misery will go down. 2 raises. Yeah, that'll be Zen. And a right click from Lina. Lina already on the killing spree. So carry Lina incoming, Shadow Blade, face boots. And we'll have that carry Lina coming on. Carry Lina is quite strong.
I'm not sure whether we'll see the full-on carry Lina, but a Lina with item is a Lina that can nuke very hard. If you get an early arcane boots on Lina, she is gonna be a big nuisance. Early Force Staff, same thing here. So unfortunately, Whip's going on the bot lane. Now we'll be going for D-Ward. He's going to be checking this particular angle, and he's going to be completely wrong. Brack's very sad to realize that, hey, the ward is not there. And he's still going to be somewhat useless. But I want to commend Brax. Normally, a lot of Wisp players, in fact, are they going for the kill? Reality Rift, not going to hit Lamb. Turns back a little bit. There's a Reality Rift. There's going to be a 2-second stun. Tether come in. The Wisp balls are in Lamb's face. But he is going to survive through that. Unfortunately, it wasn't a 3 or 4 second stun. And Beastmaster will be fine.
The chat's not. The chat's gonna be making some jokes about what you just said.
I mean, I think it's okay.
But yeah, Lanham's gonna get out there. Like you said, the base 5 armor is gonna be tanking it up, and he has Raw very soon. So actually, Brax actually does go for another run at him, and he gets the Raw off. Brax might actually go down with a Raw and an X because he has 400 HP and 0 armor.
I guess luckily for the Wisp is that he doesn't even have mana, so he won't be making it go near Beastmaster anytime soon. Beastmaster missing a little bit of points of mana himself. We won't have both his combo. Here comes Icy though. I don't think he was spotted out by any natural wards, but maybe the natural map awareness of LGD will allow him to realize. Icy doesn't have much of mana, but he does have a, there you go, a regen ring being popped. This is kind of an awkward gank. I don't think he's gonna, yeah, he just walked past by that Sentry Ward and he got pinged out. I don't think he's gonna find anybody. This is a very awkward gank that he just did.
Yeah, right now Beastmaster is just holding onto the TP, waiting for a dive on any tower, and then go in there, throw out the roll, and then yeah, pick up one hero, and before they know it, their gang's gonna fail. Like the one up top.
Yeah. I mean, right now if you look at the Luo up top, he's going on the full kind of snowball Shadow Fiend build. Face boots first, might even go straight Mask of Madness, might go for something like Shadow Blade. In any case, he's going to go for a high mobility item, which allow him to pick off supports when they're kind of in their own position. Wisp getting caught out by himself with nobody tethered to, he's dead. Nyx Assassin a little bit harder to kill, Darkseer a little bit harder to kill.
Darkseer in big trouble. Raw, and he's soul ringed as well. That's a very unfortunate time to soul ring and dominating on Lina. I'm telling you, this is carry Lina's legit.
Carry Lina might be on the way. He can GG Poppy. Oh, nice dodge. Now you see me, now you don't, getting away with that Vendetta. But using your first Vendetta to escape a gank, the fact that he has a high mana cost, the fact that after you use it, you're going to go back to the base anyways, it's going to help you survive, but it's not going to help you defend this tier 1 tower as Luo already in position. And they're going to be pushing this one down, and I just don't think LGD International has a response. And this is generally the weakness of having a hero like Wisp. He doesn't do anything, like he doesn't help you stop a push. He doesn't have level 6, so he can't teleport that CK on top, and Rattlesnake taking a full advantage of that, and they're going to be pushing a tier 1. In fact, they could even go just swing and get a tier 1 bot themselves.
Yeah, we're talking about being greedy and being punished for it, but now Rattlesnake's actually doing the punishing. LGD, they might have overpicked those experienced needy heroes. Wisp, despite being a support, does need that early level 6, and right now he's not looking for, he's not finding it anyway. CK has a decent amount of level 6, 3-3 on the Chaos Bolt and Reality Rift. No proper boots other than the basic ones, and Lone Druid, if you look at his last hits, it's not really that great either. Getting killed once didn't help him at all. Yeah,
I mean, this game has kind of been a lot more action-packed with the early rotation up top, and Luo with the face push should be able to kind of outlast and out-harass that Lone Druid. It's going to be a big smoke gang coming up top, being led by a Vendetta Life Nyx Assassin, but there is a Sentry available. If he runs past this area, he is going to get scouted. They know, and they actually could go on him easily. Disruption that actually happened. Where's the LSA follow-up? There isn't any, but yeah, G just have to back off. So the solo Nyx Assassin is going to force out a little bit more ward coverage from the enemy support, but I mean, you said...
Second Vendetta wasted.
Yeah, second Vendetta wasted. You said the word carry Lina about 40 times, and she definitely has enough gold to actually shell out those wards. Brax on the bot lane in some awkward position and might actually just get picked off very easily.
Yeah, Brax has to be very careful. Lina, but Lina with all that rotation hasn't hit level 6, only hit level 4 actually. Despite getting 4 kills, has been shared by a lot of her allies. So not getting that level 6 is actually quite it's hurting her burst damage by quite a bit.
Uh-oh, Icy's gonna go right in against Brax. Brax trying to TP out. Oof. Good call. That Hawk not one of the higher level Hawks, so the vision not really being granted. But they're gonna get themselves a tier 1 tower on the bot. Are they gonna lose a tier 1 up top? There is glyph available, and there are teleport scrolls ready. There's a glyph being used. Any TP coming out just yet? There's one TP, but maybe a little bit too late. A second TP comes on. There's gonna be Icy coming in. He's gonna get focused on all sides. Raise number 1, raise number 2. No, second stun coming out from Luo. Luo in a big trouble. Who's gonna deny the tower? Icy's on the run. He's gonna go down to those spear balls. Oh, Brax's gonna get picked out on the Wisp. 1437 is gonna get picked out with Wild Axis. Luo getting focused down by 3 or 4. So far, a 2-for-2 trade. And a big win here from LGD International. They got 2 carry kills for losing 2 supports. I think Misery is playing
And
the
a
support.
tower as well.
And a tower, so that was a huge win. And they needed that because they were losing definitely on the go chart. Now swinging backwards a little bit towards 5,000 goal lead for Rattlesnake.
Yep, I'm not so sure about those TPs. Well, they
I
stacked
think
a
they
lot of TPs and they came in really late,
Yeah.
5 seconds on each TP, so they came in one by one and it got picked off. And it was a great disruption from Shadow Demon, allowed the Dragon Knight to stay a little bit longer, but still.
Ooh, this
Eventually going down, and Shadow Fiend going for the face boots, doesn't have a lot of HP.
Look at this early item pickup by Beastmaster. Gem work 10 minutes in. He's got himself an Urn and Power Treads and straight up just buy a gem for himself. He's starting to level up Call of the Wild. And in between the Hawk as well as this early gem purchase, he's looking to shut down map control completely on the LGD International side. And that's one of the better way to deal with the Wisp as well. When there is no wards, there's no vision up for LGD. How do you actually find those relocate ganks? So it's going to be tough. They see that ward being popped down on the river. That is the first one they will actually disarm, but looks like they want to get a kill first. There is Misery on the bottom. He just ran into Observer Ward. He is dead.
1437, yeah, he's dead.
Does he know he's dead?
Yep, Dragon Tail, gonna come out Dragon, and no Surgeon.
Oh!
Oh, Surgeon, he stunned the creep! Oh, but he got purged anyway, so he's gonna die. And Lina picks up a 5th kill in a row, so I don't know what you're saying about a carry Lina. You're doubting me, but man, this Lina, it's been getting 5 kills and only at level 5.
Yeah, he doesn't have level 16 by now, so you can't do a Carolina. I'm not sure. CK Wisp on the
Oh,
melee.
SF, in big trouble up top.
Uh-oh. He's gonna get Vendetta. Right click, right click, right click.
Shadow Demon,
Oh,
he's gonna get in time.
disruption!
Yeah, great play.
Well, he's gonna be fine. Okay, so having a not really overly level Nyx assassin means he doesn't kill that quickly. And unfortunately, there was no any root action on Misery, so unfortunate plays all around. Looks like CK's gonna come around for that carry Lina. If Lina dies here, she gives away a ton of big streak. But unfortunately, Pycat's gonna eat a Dragon Slave and an LSA. Nice chain stun here from Pycat. The Urns are trying to do some work. Big healing from Brax, and they want to turn it right back. Are they gonna focus on the oh! Sag him. Very low. He's gonna be fine. In fact, Dragon Form's running out about now. Both teams just dancing back and forth. No kills happening anywhere.
3-7 now is the score, and Lina getting out of there just in time there. If she had level 6, Chaos Knight will be dead and it will be 6 kills. But no, Sharon's experience is actually hurting her quite a bit. Kabu is already level 6.5, so she has been missing in some of the big team fights, I think.
Yeah, maybe a little bit unfortunate where the kills are happening. She's definitely part of the kills, but every time she's involved in the kill, it's being shared by 3 or 4 other heroes. So, like you said, he's not getting that level 6, and if he did, would have been a lot more kills. Looks like she's not going for a second Urn on the team, right? I mean, Urns are nice, but there is one on Lamb already.
Maybe just casual braces.
Yeah, double bracers is not a bad build on Lina, especially if you are carrying that big 5-0 streak. Really should just neutral until she hits 6. Follow that Shadow Fiend around a little bit.
Yeah, and we saw the Beastmaster and Shadow Demon going to be dewarding the bottom rune there. So LGD losing a lot of map vision as well, and now
I mean,
there might be a bit more. And without the vision, G can't actually look for targets. He has to go deep into the enemy's territory, and he could be in danger because there could be sentry wards like earlier. If there was a Lina there, he could have gone down. Relocate, yep.
Icy's gonna try to run away from that one. He gets relocate back in, but there's again a defensive disruption. Sagam on the back line providing a little bit of support, and you can see that Vendetta Nyx is gonna go straight back to the mid lane. CK Wisp first gank in the game, not working out. How much work has Kapu done this game? It's just being all the right places, right time. I mean, those are free kills, always. It's just that the disruption is killing LGD International right now.
Yep, like you say, many people like to say Chinese Dota, well, it's a game of supports, man. The carries do the work, but I think the supports don't get enough recognition.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say CTY is a support, but he does play very good and does support his team in ways other than carrying. So, yeah. Kabu as well, a lot of the other good supports. I'm not so familiar with all of them, but so far, all the Shadow Demons from all the Chinese teams have been excellent. And now they're going to go for Roche with the Inner Beast as well, as the Shadow Fiend's high damage.
Yeah, unfortunately, Shadow Fiend doesn't have that minus armor aura just yet, but I'm actually somewhat surprised the fact that they're going for this Roshan, but they know the enemy team doesn't have any vision. The relocate is just used, so they can't really force a team fight either. They know that the vacuum is not high level enough.
Fighting sense.
Fighting sense is good. But Fighting Sense does not equate the ability to storm into the Roshan pit. They need Misery to be here. Misery doesn't, again, only level 1 vacuum. How do they actually kind of force this? Relocate on Icy. Icy just stands there. It's like, yeah, don't really care.
Bro.
Uh-oh.
But he doesn't have Dragon Form, so he might not want to initiate on this. Yeah, he's just gonna chase CK away. So free Aegis goes the way of Shadow Feed. So now he's gonna fear the ganks even less. So if Nyx Assassin decides to jump on him and they do TP in, there's an Aegis, and if they might get caught out.
Yeah, that Roshan was somewhat expensive in the sense that Lam, I think, used all 3 of his earn charges as well as a ton of farming time for the entire team. I don't think the Radiant team was able to get too much in return though. But at the end of the day, having a Shadow Fiend on your, or having an Aegis on your Shadow Fiend, you're gonna be happy about that. Having the extra EXP and gold, you're also going to be happy about that. So converting your 3 tower advantage into a Roshan kill, very good job. Or 2 tower advantage, as there was a tower kill up on the top lane.
Yep, and I like how they've been shutting down the Nyx Assassin, but of course G still managing to find 2 kills there despite getting shut down really hard as the Nyx. The Beastmaster doing a good job. Usually you see him really rush a Mech or Blink Dagger, but the gem, early gem's good.
Yeah. I don't think he has actually got a kill anytime recently, right? Those 2 kills came before the gem, so...
Those 2 kills up there on top. The tower push at tier 1 there.
Okay, and that's definitely before the gem, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like after the map control was completely shut down, this Nyx Assassin wasn't able to really accomplish too much, so pretty impressive team play overall from LG. But top lane, another relocate from Icy. It's the Shadow Demon here. He's trying to walk in position, and
he is there.
Yep, he is there right now, but where's some rest of support? Icy's gonna drop a stun. Pycat's gonna get focused. Pycat getting blown the hell up. Overcharge, not level up just yet, so Wisp not able to block any of that damage. And again, Shadow Demon Dota, guys. It is just impressive to be at the right place at the right time. And Kabu.
First pick material.
Yeah.
This is why he's first pick material. Even in Southeast Asia, he's picked up a lot. I think Westerners do pick him quite a bit as well, but Southeast Asian games, I see every tri-lane consisting of Shadow Demon if it isn't banned. Everyone. If it's in Southeast Asian Dota, there are 2 supports that always appear, Shadow Demon and Rubik. The rest of the supports are just to complement them. Yeah. So unless we see a Shadow Demon, Rubik first 2 ban, you usually see them in the game. You see Shadow Demon, Rubik, and then the following bans will be Lina, Jakiro, Kunkka, maybe Lestrak. Usually this bands always come out in Southeast Asian Dota, so the drafts are really predictable, apart from Zenith, who likes to throw a lot. So other than that, most of the drafts are usually the same in Southeast Asia. But China really valuing the Shadow Demon quite a lot, first picking him all the time.
Yeah, and you can't disagree with it, seeing how it's doing here so far. And because Shadow Demon's nice disruption defensively, Shadow Fiend is going to be up to a BKB. In fact, he has it right now. The Curse delivering to him. You see that Dragonite will be going for that Shadow Blade build, giving the much necessary mobility to give the Beastmaster Ultimate Junior next to the bigger and better Beastmaster Ultimate. They have a ton of long-range initiation, and in fact, I'm surprised that LGD.int is only down by 5 kills. I feel like they should be down a little bit more, to be honest.
Yep, and yeah, but this time, Rattlesnake playing a lot better in game 1. A lot more discipline with the map control as well as the pushing, and they didn't even allow Lone Druid to take the tower there, knocking down to half HP. So far, Misery has been looking for an opening but hasn't been finding it, with the Beastmaster constantly throwing out the axes.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to walk all the way around here, and Luo not really going to get focused. He does have BKB, so Nyx Assassin cannot open up with the Vendetta. Are they relocate? Where's the BKB? He's going to get Tether stun. There is an Aegis available, so decent gank here still from LG International.
That was a really quick burst.
Yeah, it was. No Shadow Demon there. Kabu, you're not doing your job, man. Where were you?
Yeah, slacking on the Aegis.
Yeah, slacking. He's like, oh man, Shadow Fiend's got Aegis, no problem. It's all good. In any case, if you look at the
position.
I'm gonna quickly. Well, I'm actually afraid to press the F2 and F3 keys because LD has some next level hotkeys. But if you look at the mini map and see the vision here, there is very little vision apart from this ward that just got placed from LGD International side. And meanwhile, Dire is playing with full map vision. They have the Beastmaster Hawk, and it is just very, very tough from LGD to come back in this vicinity. There is a ward that just got placed. I think they saw it with this Hawk, so that ward will just go down very quickly as well.
Defensive wards from LGD, but no, they're not even gonna get this, and Phantasm was popped here by CK.
Generally, when you use a Phantasm, you expect to team wipe the enemy team and get like about 45 towers. That didn't happen, so I mean, it is only level 1 Phantasm, but right now you're seeing that LGD is playing completely on the back foot. The gold chart isn't that bad, only a 5,000 deficit, but uh-oh. Where's the surge? Where's the surge? They're gonna open up with the purge. Misery's gonna get caught out, and we're gonna see a wrecking missile. Yes, we will. Well, actually, Misery gonna get surged out on the other side. The back line here. It looks like Sagam has picked up yet another kill. Misery still somehow surviving through that one. The race is gonna come through. He's so low. He's not gonna die. Oh, if they kill this bear, he is gonna die. Yep. Yeah. Nice pick off here, and the body of the Lone Druid falling off. The bear has turned traitorous as he fed.
Yep. And yeah, that was the Lone Druid, but Lone Druid taking 5 heroes to bring down. That shows you the power of Lone Druid. Ice Rock, please fix. But yeah, the power of the Lone Druid right there. Misery taking a long time to go down. He has 2 boots, if you realize.
Wait, who has 2 boots?
Lone Druid.
Oh, I guess he just didn't pass the other boots to the actual his bear. So I was gonna say, are we on some next level 2 boots build, and then realize, oh, it was just Lone Druid. So not get the biggest deal. But so far, how do you feel the CK Wisp combo has been doing in this particular game? The laning stage really hurt them. We are still feeling the after effects of having the camp double blocked off and Wisp staying at a very low level. But it seems like even though, you know, after the level 6, the relocate ganks just haven't to be proven effective.
Yeah, the thing about CK Wisp is like a 2-hero snowball kind of build where you get the early level 6, and like you said, you expected them to be middle, but they weren't. They were sent to the bottom lane and they got shut down really hard with Wisp feeding the first blood, so that didn't help them at all. And once you get delayed on your level 6, like you say, you can't actually get the kills up, and once it's sort of getting Laguna Blade or Lion's Finger of Death a little bit late, where your hero's effectiveness does diminish very quickly. So if you get, well, say you get a Lion who went support, so he gets his Finger of Death by 10 minutes or 12 minutes compared to Finger of Death at 6 minutes. At solo mid position, you can actually pick up heroes a lot easier with just 1 impale and a finger. But if you get it 12 minutes, maybe people, some of the supports have picked up treads, picked up bracers, and because of that, you find it a little bit more difficult. Same as the CK Wisp, you can't actually kill heroes as effectively anymore, and you're afraid because Dragon Slave is at a high level. Wisp might actually just go down to collateral damage, and if Wisp goes down, the important thing is Chaos Knight not only loses the tether charge, he does lose the return trip home as well. So he might pick up a hero, but he'll die there.
Yeah, he also loses overcharged damage block, the subsequent healing being provided by Urn in a bottle. He just loses a ton. The movement speed. Mid lane looks like we're gonna see a defensive destruction open, or offensive destruction opening. Pycat, is he gonna get picked off? There's gonna be a stun coming out through. One more right click Beastmaster or maybe used as well. Not even necessary. They're gonna focus on GG. Did not pop the Spike Carapace. And look at the big deeps being dropped out by Neo. That's a double kill so far. BKB charge, another one of them being used, but they don't care. They're gonna keep on going and keep on pushing. 2 people dead. They're gonna be looking at tier 2. Guess what? Wisp would not provide tower defense. Neither will a Lone Druid or a Darkseer. So right now, in my opinion, Druid should be pushing and pressuring up top, and that's exactly what he's
doing. Yep, Lone Druid. Misery just knowing how to play his hero. And yeah, the boots did belong to the bear, so not so sure why the bear pass the boots over, but this tower in the middle lane will go down, and I'd like to see Beastmaster actually pick up more points in the inner beast rather than actually going for maximum call of the wild here, because well, the ball is great but isn't doing it that much. But no, up top, because see Lina getting pulled there. Oh, carry Lina goes down. GG, well played guys. LGD gonna turn it around.
I'm not sure about that, but the Wisp definitely got himself a ton of gold by the huge streak that Neo got up, and that's one of the more unfortunate downside of supports feeding a big kill streak. So, you know, now Wisp is pretty rich. He's gonna actually go straight BKB, or no, he's gonna go Sage into Heaven's Halberd, most likely.
Yeah, that's what you see most Wisp do. Sage is really good for HP items, especially. It's the most cost-effective I've heard.
Yes.
Not so sure about the math, but it's one of the most cost-effective HP items. So
it gives as much HP as a Vanguard, so you know. That's pretty impressive in my right. It doesn't give damage block, it doesn't give regen, but you know, you just want HP as a Wisp. So
yeah, and Halberd will give you evasion, so that kind of offsets it a little bit.
Yep. Well, now it looks like we're going to see a little bit of rotation going on the bot lane. I feel like ever since that kill on the top, it seems like they're getting a little bit of map control back. The wards are being dropped down. It feels like Rattlesnake, despite having a gem, they weren't able to counter ward as effectively. You can still go into the enemy jungle, but you don't really know where the Nyx is. And you never really know where the CK relocate will come in. So, despite having a gem, despite the fact that they can D-ward, they have to be very careful about how they walk. Are they going to gank this Bear? No, Bear is going to get a recall back.
Yep, and I'm surprised to see them actually still putting down wards because, well, there's gem on the map. So if you do put down all the river wards, you actually do waste the wards. And
mid lane here, they're gonna focus on Pyka. Pyka's gonna get mech and surge back out. These two Phantasm Illusion is just going on the tower. Somebody ping it. Nice Night Hero coming out from Shadow Fiend. But that's a BKB charge down. I think that the Radiant team could stick around and maybe go for the next Roshan engagement because BKB down for about a full minute. This is a time to go to make your mark here. Phantasm is also down, but I still feel like that CK could still take a fight.
Oh yeah, they could relocate in. I was about to say CK is all the way back home, but yeah, and this time they do have the vision. So Beastmaster being a bit sloppy there on the ward checks. So not finding the ward here. The ward's gonna be quite big. And Nyx Assassin already waiting in here. Oh, they're gonna spot out. GG's in trouble here. Dragon Tail, Light Strike, and the circle in.
Well, Relocate's gonna come in here. They can focus on Pycat, but that's the wrong target. They're now gonna go on Icy. Big wall. The roar comes in. It looks like Darkseer has exploded. Pycat, yeah, it's gonna get tethered back, and Brax should risk his ally out of there. But again, the damage has been done. G getting picked out. Again, overestimating his survivability. He has to know that there is a gem. The gem has survived for at least 15 minutes now. I think gem was picked up at 10 minutes on. The gem has been so cost effective so far. And Rattlesnake gets a second Aegis on top of that. And gotta keep in mind, that was the best opportunity for LGN to win a fight because the BKB was down on Luo. It didn't even matter when you lose one or two heroes at the beginning of the team fight.
Yep, and great fight here. So Nyx Assassin playing a little bit callous there, getting picked off by the heroes, especially with the Hawk keeping tabs on the Rosh Pit. It's very difficult to come close to a Beastmaster with a gem.
Well, speaking of Beastmaster, his roar range will increase to about 950 after he picks up his Axe Scepter, which he has it in about 18 gold. Definitely have it after
and
this
the
time.
cooldown becomes 45, so it's like a pop ultimate with Aghanim Scepter, except you get the troll that, well, it's ridiculous that's done 950 range. You can't even during the nighttime, it's further than what you can see.
Yeah, and trust me, he will see you because he has Hawk, he has True Sight. A lot of people forget, it's like, oh, it only really increased your range and it's cooldown, that's all nice and all. Don't forget the fact that the other ability of the Beastmaster Roar is to push aside the other targets and apply a 50% slow. That slow gets bigger, or that area of slow gets bigger as your cast range gets better. So it's actually a pretty sizable increase to your ultimate. In all aspects.
It does nullify your attack speed as well. So if CK gets caught by that one, he's going to be hitting a lot slower. His illusions will be hitting a lot slower as well. So it's a good target to pick up.
Yeah, it's a very decent pickup. And I mean, generally when you have an offlane Beastmaster, expect him to not do anything. But the fact that he had trialing support, the fact that the support were doing so well early on, he's actually one of the strongest here on the map right now. He's very decently leveled. He's very decently farmed, and yeah, it's providing a lot of support for his team.
Oh, I see he's gonna get picked off here. No chance for him. Kabu's not even here. That's gonna pop, and they're gonna get a free kill here. Darkseer picks off that one. So 5-14. LGD getting a little bit of well, opening here, but Loa is gonna be backing up from this bear.
Here comes the Spare Bear trying to chase off a couple of heroes. Luo does have the BKB and the Aegis. This is a slight opportunity for LGD. Unfortunately, despite getting that DK kill, they can't really do anything. Like, they can't get a tier 1 tower or tier 2 tower. Unfortunately, those towers are already destroyed. In fact, it's a smoke in their base here from Rattlesnake. They just lost their Dragon Knight. They don't care. They're gonna perhaps trying to use this Shadow Fiend to bait a little bit. Maybe bait a CK Wisp relocate. They see the Shadow Fiend by themselves, but they're not gonna make that go. Brax actually has picked up a Sage throughout all of this, so he's doing pretty well for a Wisp that fed First Blood and didn't have pull. Much thanks to that Neo big kill streak and the fact that they've been winning for the last, I want to say, 3-4 minutes.
Yeah, but well, the thing is, as the map vision does lower, and now that it's reached the 5-man Dota kind of stage with everyone just sticking around Lem so as to not get caught out by Nyx. CK Wisp kind of becomes a liability because Wisp is kind of like a half hero that makes the tethered hero a little bit stronger. And the thing with all the AoE on Rattlesnake, it makes him easy to pick off. So once he goes down, you have less than 4 heroes. Well, I would say less than 4. Well, you have 4 heroes, and because Wisp doesn't really offer anything in the fight other than helping one hero buff up. So if he gets picked off there, he's pretty much just a walking creep. He's a real range creep now.
Well, he's a tanky range creep, I guess. I feel like when you have a Wisp on your team, like against a 5-man Dota team, he gives you a lot more strategical options. For example, it allows your CK to farm a lot more aggressively in the jungle and not during fights, because you know he's going to provide you that free trip to the fight. During the middle team fight, if you lose the hero, for example, randomly, that hero could buy back and you could relocate him back and pick him up. So like, I agree with you. He doesn't actually provide too much in terms of damage or disruption, but he gives your team a little bit more options in terms of whether they want to play a little bit more farming oriented or if they want to save aggressively for buyback. There are some of the, like, he does things that no other supports do. So in that sense, he's still very unique. But yeah, if you're eating a Laguna and if you're dying really quickly, you're not doing anything for the team. So he's in a very awkward position for his team. But I mean, he's got 1100 HP, so he should be okay.
Yeah, and there's another thing about Chaos Knight that I don't always understand is, despite being a strength hero with lots of health, lots of armor, good speed, he does go down really quickly. Oh no, Relocate's gonna come out here and they're gonna find Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon's gonna purge up Highcat right away, disrupt himself. Laguna, like you said, Wisp is gone.
Well, team fight still going on right now.
Highcat Dragon Knight gonna pound away at him and he's gonna go down. That's 2 heroes lost, relocating to the Doom and Misery. Root Gaming here, gonna root up the Lina, but Saga is gonna throw a Light Strike. Misery will be going down. 3 heroes lost here with this Wisp gang, so not going well for them. Shadow Demon Kabu, really fast, he pushed Chaos Knight and disrupted himself. That was great play from him.
Yeah, you talked about how the attack speed is a big issue there. Not through the Beastmaster War, but now through the good old Purge. They were trying to get Kabu, but unfortunately, Relocate not just showing any effectiveness in this particular game against Rattlesnake. Tier 2 is going to get destroyed as a result. They still have Aegis. They have Manta on the Shadow Fiend. They could just go straight up high ground, and they believe that as well. The Bear's dead for 30 more seconds. Here we go. Rattlesnake says, we lost game number 1 in the DSL in this best of 3 series. Let's make the series a little bit even. Trying their best to take it. Tower doing a ton of damage to Lamb. There's a mech usage being... G's going to be popping Impale, Monoburn maybe.
5 SF illusions is early on, hitting away at the tower.
Well, I guess they...
Did they buy back? Oh no, they didn't.
No, they didn't. They dodged a nice bullet. Rattlesnake wasn't able to really deal enough damage to bring down that tier 3. It's actually not that impressive of a damage output either. I assumed they were actually going to rack straight out from there, but this game will be playing. But unfortunately, I don't think the Radiant team could make any more mistakes. They're just down so much in terms of gold, and more importantly, they're down a lot in terms of items. If you make any mistakes, you're not going to be making the comeback. LGD International G will also pick up a Sage. And I guess Heaven's Halberd is going to be issue for things like a Shadow Fiend with a 5-second BKB, a Dragon Knight who will have his BKB charge being dwindling down. He still have a 10-second one right now, but eventually those Heaven's Halberd is going to be very effective.
Yep, and I think there was a change to Heaven's Halberd about it not being purgeable or dispellable by Manta style. If I'm not wrong, I could be tripping, but
no,
I'd like to mention that 1437 does have, oh wait, Wisp. Okay, 1437 does have a Blink Dagger now, and oh, Highcat's gonna get caught out once again. BKB popped there on Dragon Knight. Surge out here, good search here by 1437. He picked up a Blink Dagger, and he managed to blink back there to surge out Highcat. So this Blink Dagger will offer a lot of tactical opportunities for this Darks here. Blink into the fight, act as some kind of a mini RP with the vacuum, and then throw down the wall. And from there, hopefully maybe Nyx assessing a follow-up for stun. That's something I see very often with the Darkseer Sand King combo, where we see a vacuum into Burrow Strike immediately, because Sand King, one of his advantages is the instant stun. So a vacuum into a Burrow Strike, well, it's pretty much an RP.
Yeah, I do have to actually point out the fact that that's probably one of the best item pickup he could have got. It's not a Shiva's Guard, it's not a Pipe, it's not a Acceptor, it is the Blink Dagger. Against so much instant initiation coming out from the Beastmaster Roar, as well as the DK stun, and how long the range is, you cannot expect to surge yourself in and get you off your combo. You will get stunned, and you will get immediately blown the hell up by the insane damage output of that DK, Shadow Fiend, and Lina. So Blink is the best way to actually initiate. So you talked about the instant initiation of a mini RP-isk kind of combo. He will be using it to disrupt. He will be using it to kind of harass the Rattlesnake team as they're trying to push down this tower. So perfect item pickup for Misery. And let's see.
With the 2 BKBs, I guess this isn't RP because it doesn't go through magic immunity, but still, it's gonna be quite useful if they do catch SF and Dragon Knight off guard.
Right now, they're trying to use these illusions to siege down the tower. It's gonna be somewhat effective, to be honest.
And they're still gonna back off right away because they The Aegis did run out, I think. Yeah, the Aegis ran out. So they're gonna be camping for the next Roche about 1-2 minutes more.
Yeah, I feel like these are Aegis hasn't really been too effective for Luo. I mean, there was that one gank that he survived against because of it. But for the most part, like...
It's more of a deterrence.
Yeah, it's
so
not...
that LGD.int doesn't want to take fights.
It's not helping you to get a Rax, so it's just like not that effective.
Yeah, but the more LGD.int are afraid of pushing, they do fall further and further behind because they keep clumping together, going for smoke ganks that don't work out, and sometimes even losing heroes to the ganks. It doesn't hurt, it hurts them quite a bit because they are afraid to be on the aggressive with the Aegis. It does deter them from going on to RS, so RS gets a lot of time to farm.
Yeah, I mean, we saw earlier on in the enemy jungle, like Beastmaster, for example, was farming with Wild Axes. The fact that they still have that gem, have they lost it yet? No, Beastmaster is 2-0. Again, I just want to remind everybody that he picked up the gem at 10 minutes in, and he has held the gem for 24.5 minutes. That alone has given them so much extra go value. Are they making that gank on the bot lane? A good impale here. Link forward, vacuum back, but he's so damn tanky. Forces them to bop another BKB. What a bait and a switch. Now you see me, now you don't. And that's the second BKB being baited out of Icy. It might be a 10-second before. Now, down to 8. They could actually re-engage right now. If you kill that DK, he could buy back, but there is no Gipe. They pop the drums. They're gonna just get a free tower, or at least force out a glyph. What a ballsy play.
There might be a deny here. Yeah, I think it might be a deny. Oh, not gonna. The bear's gonna snag them right out, but Dragon Tail's gonna come in. Nope, we're gonna stun out the bear, so they're just gonna take it out on the bear. And
no, blink, vacuum. No, it's gonna be BKB from Luo, and Darkstar a little bit slow in the combo. He's gonna get picked off. Icy doesn't have BKB, and right now, Pycat getting a little bit of right click here. He is gonna get Roar. He is gonna get picked off. The Wisp Tether got to Illusion instead. Brax trying to TP out. The Thieves being dropped down. Nyx Assassin gets blown the hell up by Sagum. Carolina, the spell Carolina, doing a ton of work right now.
Yeah, double bracelet like I said. And you mentioned SF getting the MOM. You don't need that when you have the Beastmaster giving you 40%.
That is MYM. Bonus. A free one. No drawback.
Yeah. Land him with the Inner Beast. It does help the dragon a lot with this Ice Dragon throwing out those snowballs over and over again with the help of Inner Beast. It does help a lot. And you see Wisp Brax there desperately trying to TP out earlier. Just got right click twice by Luo there. In under 2 seconds he just dropped. So now LGD.int, I'm not so sure they can come back from this. They're gonna lose a Rex for sure now.
Yeah.
They could fight, but BKB is down for Chaos Knight, so I don't think they're gonna be able to fight. Raw is off cooldown, the Aghanim Scepter Raw cooling down really quickly. He could actually get another pick off here and he might be game.
No, they're gonna just get the Raxus. BKB, double BKB so quick. I mean, there is a Blink Dagger on Darkster, but the instant cast out of a BKB allows them to dispel these vacuums. And now they back off getting another kill and the range Rax. By the way, Roshan is back up. They will swing to defend mid and pick up the free Aegis. And after that, I think that's...
cheese.
Yeah, and cheese. Yeah, after that, I just don't see how LGD.int could come back. We saw how IG yesterday against Tongfu made some spectacular, or actually earlier today, excuse me.
Yeah, earlier today.
Made some really spectacular kind of comeback mechanic just through like good movement position and relocate on the mid lane. It's gonna whiff. BKB is down, so it was a correct idea to go for that kill. But I just don't think LGD.int has that kind of hero to make those type of comebacks. They don't have enough damage.
Yep, and the ball poison is doing a lot of good work against Roshan as well. He looks slowing the attack speed as well. So a lot of these little things. If you set the ball off on the bear, it does slow his attack speed a lot as well. And the ball usually isn't focused that much, and especially since the lack of AOE on LGD.int other than the Darkseer, the ball will stay alive during the fights. It does have a decent 500 HP, so the Wisp Spirits are not gonna kill it.
G is going to be roaming off to look for a solo pickoff, but unfortunately with this item set, he really isn't in a position. He's only level 12. Again, he still have to be careful about Beastmaster Gem. So he sees these people, will just straight TP out, realize he's not going to get a kill. Again, I just want to remind you that after that 2 kill he got on the top lane, this Nyx Assassin has also been completely ineffective in team fights.
Yep, then this is an example of a Nyx Assassin that was prevented from snowballing. And he becomes really weak once the BKBs come up because his Spike Carapace can't really save him anymore. Which is why Lifestealer is actually picked up against Nyx Assassin very often. Juggernaut as well, because they can just spin through his Spike Carapace and he can do a lot even to escape or slow down the tri-lane attack. So, which is why we see Lifestealer banned out quite a bit here in the Chinese scene, because
he's banned out for a ton of other reasons as well.
Yeah, but Nick's assassin is one of those reasons, and a lot of other reasons as well. Nick's assassin just one of the examples with the disables that he can throw out.
Well, here we go. Shadow Fiend with the Aegis and Butterfly and 4K on top of that. So BKB form or Dragon form gets popped. And here comes a couple of Shadow Fiend illusion right on your tower. The bear on the front line doing some work. Icy dropping HP low, but he has the cheese. Beastmaster Roar goes on G. He pikes the Spike Carapace. Very good job. LSA will follow through. And look at the Neo deeps on no ground to high ground. Luo getting focused.
Low dropping really low.
But he's got defensive disruption. He's got the Aegis. Dragon forms are coming back out, and this dragon a little bit confused of what he wants to attack. But never mind, he's got AoE, so it doesn't matter what he's attacking. Everybody else will die. Darkseer blinks in and dies. Raxus will die. Everybody else will also die. There you go.
And again, we see the dragon on top lane. A little bit of deja vu. Dragon on top lane picking off someone before the GG is called. So again, Dragon strat working out really well for them. Well, I like to say that the MVP here will definitely be Kavu.
Yeah, definitely.
He saved a lot of lives in this game. He saves lives more than Dazzle does.
He does, and that's why Dazzle Brave not really picked, but Dazzle or Disruption kind of imbalanced. Also, the other MVP for me is Neo on his Lina. I mean, it's very easy to pop a Lina Blade on people and then get kills, but the fact that he has, look at his scores, 8, 1, and 10 with a support Lina buying wards and stuff. So, gotta credit.
But I'm pretty sure the Chinese stream will award it to Kavu.
Yeah, fair enough. I think that is definitely where his strength is at, getting those disruption off. But now the series evens up at 1 game apiece. Game 1, we saw Tuskar coming out from LGD.int. Game 2, we saw a spectacular performance coming out from Kabu's Shadow Demon. What will be in store in Game 3? You have to wait and see. Game 3 of DSL coming up soon.